Hey guys, I'm Julian. In this video, we're gonna learn how to say, do you have siblings? How many siblings do you have? And how to call family members in Korean, including the most well-known one for foreigners, Oppa. Let's first learn the expression, do you have siblings? In Korean, it is 형제 자매가 있으세요? 형제 자매가 있으세요? 형제자매 is brothers and sisters. 있으세요 is do you have? So literally translating, do you have brothers and sisters? And why don't we just say siblings? It is because in Korean, you always differentiate if the siblings are brothers or sisters. 형제 is brothers and 자매 is sisters. So they collectively call it 형제 자매. 형제 자매. 형제 plus 자매. But sometimes people just ask 형제가 있으세요? Meaning, do you have brothers? And people often accept it as the same meaning with do you have siblings? So when you ask do you have brothers, it is not uncommon to respond yeah, I have a younger sister. In the contrary, it is very uncommon to ask 자매가 있으세요? 자매가 있으세요? It means do you have sisters? Then the other party would respond, no, I don't have a sister. I have an older brother. Because people would accept this question as literally meaning sisters, but not brothers. Again, 형제가 있으세요? Can be used to ask whether the other party has either 형제 or 자매, brothers or sisters. But 자매가 있으세요? is only used when you are specifically curious about whether the other party has 자매, but not 형제. The reason? I don't know. It is just how it is. But please note this different usage in the case that the other party asks you this question. You might wonder that there's not a great possibility of getting asked this question, but you'll be surprised that it is very common in Korean to ask about your family matters. I think it is very common in East Asia in general. They are more family oriented than Western cultures. Additionally, they are more indirect in terms of communications. They don't go straight to the key theme, main topics. And what they do instead is they talk about subtopics before going into main topics. And family is a good subtopic. So even between those who are not very close to each other, like business partners, it is common to start conversations about your family. So there are lots of chances that you will need to talk about your family. That's why we need to learn how to call family members in Korean at this early point. But before that, let's learn how to say how many siblings do you have. In Korean, it is 형제자매가 몇 명이에요? 형제자매가 몇 명이에요? As we just learned, 형제가 몇 명이에요? is widely considered as an equivalent question in the society, but not 자매가 몇 명이에요. 자매가 몇 명이에요. 몇 명이에요 means how many people are there. 명 is a unit of counting persons. 몇 명 is how many people or how many persons. We learned many units in the previous videos like 개, 살, 시, 분, 초, etc. Right? The unit is important in Korean and you cannot omit it in many cases. We'll learn about it in later videos. We just learned two questions. 형제자매가 있으세요? 형제자매가 있으세요? And 형제자매가 몇 명이에요? 형제자매가 몇 명이에요? And the answers will be simple. Yes or no. And 2, 3, 4, or I don't have siblings, etc. But in practice, you will need to respond with additional information mentioning your family members. So let's learn how to call family members in Korean. Repeat after me. 오빠, 오빠, 오빠. 언니, 언니, 언니. 형, 형, 형. 누나, 누나, 누나. 동생, 동생, 동생. In Korean, the way you call your siblings change depending on your gender. If you are a female, you will call your older brother as Oppa, Oppa, and your older sister as 언니, 언니. If you are a male, you will call your older brother as 형, 형, and your older sister as 누나, 누나. Your younger siblings are called as 동생, 동생, no matter what your gender is. But you can specify 동생's gender by putting 남 for male, 남 for male, or 여 for female, 여 for female. So 남동생 is a younger brother and 여동생 is a younger sister. Still, how you call them is not affected by your gender, but it only depends on your younger sibling's gender. Let's practice with dialogues. 형제자매가 있으세요? 네, 누나랑 동생이 있어요. 형제가 있으세요? 예, 누나 2명이랑 남동생이 있어요. 형제자매가 몇 명이에요? 2명이요. 오빠랑 여동생이 있어요. 형제가 몇 명이에요? 혼자예요. 형제자매가 몇 명이에요? 셋이요. 오빠 1명이랑 언니 1명, 그리고 동생이 있어요. 형제자매가 있으세요? 네, 형이 있어요. 오빠가 있으세요? 네, 오빠 1명이 있어요. 누나랑 랑 means and. 있어요 means have. I was omitted here because it is obvious that you're talking about yourself. And because the other party asked if you have siblings, you answered that you have. 2명 means 2 persons. If you skipped how to count numbers in Korean, please check out the previous video. 명 is a unit of person, and because the unit was used, 둘 changed to 두. 혼자예요 means I am alone. Alone. I am alone. 혼자 is alone. Alone. I was omitted here as well because it is obvious that you are saying that you are alone. not anybody else. 셋이요's 셋 didn't change from 셋 to 셋 because we didn't use a unit of person, 명. In this case, it is possible to omit the unit because both of you already know that you're talking about the number of persons. So we omitted the unit of person, 명. And finally, we learned the expression 오빠가 있으세요? 오빠가 있으세요? 있으세요 was do you have, right? So 오빠가 있으세요 means do you have an oppa? You might wonder why you have heard so many times about oppa and why that word is so well known to foreigners. That's because most fans of the Korean culture are young females and they like K-pop stars or Korean actors, etc. And they like to call them oppa. So why are they older brothers of them? The thing is that you can use these words that describe your siblings, 오빠, 언니, 형, 누나, 동생, for describing someone else other than your family members. The same gender and age rules apply to determine how to call them. If you are a female and you want to call male who is older than you call them 오빠. If you are a female and you want to call female who is older than you call them 언니. If you are a male and you want to call a male who is older than you call them 형. If you are a male and you want to call a female who is older than you call them 누나. For calling someone who is younger than you, in general, you don't use 동생 for directly calling them. You just call their names. But when you mention them in a conversation with another person, you can call them 동생. When calling someone who is not your family members, you don't usually differentiate their gender like 남동생 or 여동생. You only call them 동생. And the age rule is very strict here. The only 1 year of age difference will result in calling them 오빠, 언니, 형, 누나. You can either call them with these titles alone, except 동생, or you can call their names with their titles in relation to your age, such as 재범 오빠, 정연 언니, 범수 형, 진아 누나. Koreans are very clear about this. And if you meet any of proper titles of 오빠, 언니, 형, 누나, they will be offended. I'm not, but they are. It's a social norm. So please keep that in mind. Lastly, a very important thing you need to know is when you ask 오빠가 있으세요? It is about asking if you have 오빠 who is your family member. You don't answer yes to this question when you merely know a male who is older than you but is not your family member. The same goes for 언니, 형, 누나, 동생. When the other party asks you 언니가 있으세요? 형이 있으세요? 누나가 있으세요? 동생이 있으세요? It means if you have a family member, each older sister, older brother, or younger siblings of you. But when you call the other party who is not your family member, you can still use these titles. When you mention them in a conversation with another person, whoever, you often call them 아는 오빠, 아는 언니, 아는 형, 아는 누나, 아는 동생. 아는 means knowing. You know that person. Knowing brothers, knowing sisters, and so on. You never say that you have 오빠 when you only have 아는 오빠. So be mindful of that. One more thing, we forgot to learn other family members. So here we go. 엄마, 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 아빠, 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 어머니, 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 아버지, 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 할머니, 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 할아버지, 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 외할아버지, 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 외할머니, 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 외삼촌, 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 이모, 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 고모, 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 큰아버지, 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 작은아버지, 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 큰어머니, 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 작은어머니, 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 조카, 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 사촌, 사촌, 사촌. Great. You have a lot of family members and relatives. If you like this video, please like this video. And if you want to learn more Korean from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification. In the comment section below, let me know how many siblings you have and who they are in Korean. And I'll check it out. Stay tuned.